Or is the intro video?
You're the intro video.
Hello and welcome to the Swift Kicks podcast. This is Alex. That's not Alex down there. That's Ben with a great question in his little square, in his little Brady Bunch square. There's Lieutenant Dan with a fresh cut, looking really good actually. Yeah, looking extra Benzema today, if I might add. While we wait for our fearless leader to hop on, which he probably won't. Actually, it sounds way better to talk about the World Cup first because I don't want to talk about the Premier League. But if Ben, you can kick us off with the Premier League because your team actually won.
I think it's the first time.
And it's actually stacking up some wins, kind of.
This is the first time since you've been on the pod, Nate, that United have actually been like, "Hey, what are we doing here?"
You better choose your words carefully here. You better choose your adjective to describe United very carefully.
I said, "What are we doing?" I don't have an
There's a couple of G words you could use, which I don't know if I'm gonna agree with.
I would say we were having a luck of good. What's it called? A spell of good luck.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm not sold yet.
But
I don't think we're great. I don't think we are even good. I think we have figured out how to win those games that we probably should have been winning. That's the difference between like upper mid-table, maybe a 6 spot, and lower mid-table. I think Casemiro has been drinking like dragon's blood or something because he's got absolutely zero business playing the way he's been playing this season. But we're what, 8 points off top? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. It's a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
We'll take it. I think Bruno Fernandes is getting a little bit of luck too. It's hard to believe it. Like United went from 1-0 up to 1-1 today, and it was like, here we go again.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too.
I don't know, man. And Wemo is the real deal. I'll stay there. I think we've got the right power up top finally. And I think we've got the right goalkeeper. Now it's a question of can we protect the keeper and can we keep up the player's fitness to sustain this?
I think, how do you say his first name? Like Lemmy? Is it Lenny? It's not,
yeah.
It's not Lenny because he's.
Yeah.
I'm down on him, Lenny.
Yo, Lenny.
Right.
It's not all right, but he seems to be good, and I just completely tried spelling his name and it didn't come up. But yeah,
you started a 19-year-old.
It's Cinny Lemons. I got that.
Yeah,
that's
pronounced Lemmy though.
You try name and Google doesn't even know.
Yeah, I had a little bout of dyslexia there, so it's Cinny Lemons, not Lenny Salmons. Okay.
We had. It was pretty cool seeing Aiden Haven, I think it's pronounced, start at center back.
Oh yeah,
19.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Why are we putting a 19-year-old in the start lineup?
Yeah,
because you get you 8 points off top. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, he played once today. Luke Shaw, I think he is not in his prime by any means, but when Luke Shaw is playing well, we're all winning because of it. So it's fantastic to see. But ultimately, United, I think we're figuring something out. I think that it starts with a keeper, and then the difference is we've got people that can finish. Mason Mount is having a second career. Casemiro is having a second career. It's insane. Like, if I'm the Glazer family, I am selling both of those as soon as possible. Like, I'll be shocked to see if any of these starters make it through January.
No, I think guys again, Boimo and Cunha.
Think so? You think they'll try and get rid of them?
No, I think Cunha and Boimo will stay, but like Mason Mount, Casemiro, folks with like high price tags that haven't really done a lot, it almost be stupid not to. We're almost upside down in that weird threshold of how much you can and can't spend.
I get what you're saying. I don't know who you bring in, but I get what you're saying.
That's United's method.
Bring back Zlatan.
We don't need a plan. That would be sick. I'd be here for it. Zlatan. Yeah, I don't know. It's refreshing to see. I think ultimately we got to do it more than a couple times for me to start being a believer, if that makes sense. On the road, 4-1, by the way. I mean, Wolves.
Yeah, I think a road win's huge, even though it's against. I mean, I think we
bottom
can
of
all
the
say they're
table,
going down,
sitting
right?
on 2 points. They're basically relegated already.
They're going down. And wait, what do we? It's 11 points, right? Is Darby County's total? It was like, what was it? Like one win.
9 points, I think they were at, or 11. Yeah.
God, that's fucking horrible. And they, I don't know.
United would have drawn that game 12 months ago. I think that's the
Yes.
difference there. I don't know. A couple other big surprises from me over the weekend. Obviously, Leeds Liverpool drawing. Chelsea Bournemouth caught me by surprise. I did not see that coming at all. Bournemouth are sneaky good. Bournemouth seem to have something figured out.
Speaking of being gone next year, Iraola, he's gonna go coach Real Madrid maybe. I mean, he's a beast. And Arsenal dropping points. That one, I mean, that was a dagger. I mean, I've experienced a lot of daggers recently. I mean, what was it, 90 plus 5? It sounded like they defended really well again.
They did.
You got to hand it to them. They defend really well, and then they, it was he smacked the hell out of that ball, Buendia, but it was a kind of a jammy goal.
That was different again. Arsenal against
Aston Villa. That was that goal over the weekend in like the 95th, 96th minute, where it was like, it looked like Pee Wee soccer trying to score in the small.
Yes, it was
8 or 9 shots. A cross comes in, keeper rebounds it. Poor keeper, man, like busted his tail. A defender put a block in, and then someone came in and just like bounced at his foot and banged it in top bins. But it was sick. It was a walk off too. It was like the last touch.
It was, yeah. A walk off's always pretty sick. I mean, that's. When's the last time the ref blows the whistle for the goal and the game?
I don't think I've seen it.
Pretty,
to be honest, I'm sure it's happened, but I don't think I've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Arsenal. There's something weird with Arsenal. They might be the most yips Premier League team of all time. Like they have what Tottenham wish they had, but like they just can't get the job done. And I mean, is it Mikel Arteta? Does he not know how to fix this, or is it the players?
I think he's doing really well. It's just they're going up against City, and I mean, you know what they say about when a horse race, that first horse that gets out in front right away.
Yeah, that's Arsenal.
I thought of maybe if it was flip flop, if City did what they usually do, and then you see Arsenal kind of like by Christmas they're within 3 points, but once again the media, it's like already saying like Arsenal popping the champagne. All my Arsenal friends saying they're, and I'm just like, you guys know you guys going up against Man City, right? Like that's Guardiola's trying to walk off from that sunset with another prem.
I mean, it's expected, right? I don't know that Pep. I think Pep's earned the respect to be like, all right, he's got an off year. The issue here is like Teta's not ever crossed that threshold.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't.
FA Cup. They have an FA. He has an FA Cup, I think.
That's a start.
So he's won silverware. I mean, this is the big kahuna, obviously. I mean, it's way different. But, yeah, I mean, famous last words by anyone saying, like, Arsenal's got this wrapped up. Oh, the way 8 points off. Or I'm like, no. Not against Pep and that freaking robot Holland, dude. I'm so glad the United States did not get Norway. I was, like, looking at that. I was like, please don't fall in our group, please, because I do not want to play against Holland at club and international level. So.
He's not going to boycott this year?
I guess not. Not.
We'll see. There's a lot of time between now and June.
What would he boycott for?
Lord knows, man.
Our group.
Yeah, who is this group? And we can talk about. It's boring talking about Liverpool. I can talk about Mo Salah if we all want to weigh in there. That surprised me a lot personally.
Do you want to say what you got to say first on that, or do you want us to go first?
You go. All right, it's been swirling around in my head the last few days. So
what happened? I need the snapshot. Like, give it to me like I'm an 8-year-old.
What happened? Just to get everyone up to speed. Nate, give the folks at home the 3-sentence summary of what happened.
So Salah has been on the bench, not even yesterday, the 2 games before that. He was involved in the 2 games before Leeds. The Leeds game was I believe his 3rd consecutive game on the bench, which the guy's a freak physically. Like he almost never misses games, never is ill. He's never blown his leg up or anything. It's insane. Like his physicality is unmatched. So like you see him on the bench and you're like something's wrong. And then you see it 2 times and 3 times. And he wasn't brought on against Leeds. After the game, why is a player that was not involved being interviewed? I know why. A journalist is like, oh my God, it's the 3rd game he's been on the bench. Like, let me interview him when he's getting on the bus. But I was like, God, if you're like Liverpool staff, you're just like, let's get this guy on the bus. Let's get him out of here. But he said his piece. He said his relationship with Arne Slot's broken down. I feel like he also said like people want him out.
Yeah, dude, they're saying
I'm like
wild shit like that. He's like, it seems he's like promises that were made to me in the summer are not being had anymore. He's like, I don't have a relationship with Slot anymore. He's like, it seems pretty clear to me that somebody at this club wants me out. I've done so much, for this club and, even last season, etc. And to not be involved like in games, like just being put in the game is like, I'm being thrown under the bus. I'm being thrown under the bus and it's only me.
What was the reference of this? What started that?
What do you mean? He told you.
Yeah. So he just doesn't like, he's been a bench man.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I was just a little like I don't know, the proof is kind of in the pudding. Like he's not really been that good this year. And honestly, this is the first time in a while I've actually waited for a presser to come out. I was literally sitting there in front of my computer because I really wanted to hear what Sly had to say. But like, I kind of like this idea of playing Ekitike against Leeds through 5 defenders back there. Needing a result. And I'm like, Ekitike is kind of the hand tot. I've liked it. He's really technical, really good with his feet. And I'm like, I think that's kind of the player that might break him down instead of Salah is usually that guy, but he's been struggling. And guess what happened? The guy that Salah got benched for scored 2 goals. Like it's almost all right. We defended really bad. We didn't win the game. But if you're Slot and you're thinking really selfishly, I mean, he kind of won. I mean, he kind of justified his decision a little bit. Yeah, and then Slot came out. I thought Slot did all right today. The one thing I didn't like is that someone asked him, like, has he played his last game? He goes, I can't.
He's like, I have no idea.
I don't know. I can't comment on that. And I was like, that was the worst thing. But everything else was like very lawyer-esque answers. A lot of deflecting, which I'm not mad on him about because he's, people have been in his ear. Like, hey, just say this. Like, say this. Here's what you say to every question. But look, if I'm not even talking shit about Salah. If Salah comes out and says that, very damning, then Slot can come out and say, like, yeah, I benched you because you just haven't been playing well, and I wanted to play this guy.
He also said he's like, I'm telling all my family to come to the last, like this. I forget who the next fixture is against, but it's his last fixture for Liverpool until African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
And if Egypt get out of the group in the African Cup of Nations, that'll take them into the January transfer window where, obviously that transfer window. So he said, he's like, this upcoming fixture is his last fixture basically before the transfer window. And he's like, I'm telling my family to come out so that I can say goodbye to Anfield. Like, he's like, because once I go to the AFCON, I don't know what's going to happen after that.
I think it would be really, really stupid to.
I'm going to go.
Like, it would be stupid to let him leave in January. I just don't see it happening. I don't think the club wants it to happen. I don't think we have a replacement for him. So I just can't see this happening. It's just really more bad optics for Liverpool.
Yeah,
on and off.
You want to hear some bad optics? He's going to end up at a Premier League team.
No,
dude, he will find his form really, really quickly.
No one's going to want to pay because he's not out of. Here's the other thing: he's not out of contract. like I think even through next year, I think next year he's out of contract. Like it's like next summer. So so if a Premier League team wants to pay for him, we're gonna be like, oh, that's 90 million. See ya.
That's gonna be a lot of money.
But Saudi can pay that.
So I was gonna say it'd be Al Hilal, Al Ittihad.
I still don't think it happens though. I still don't think it happens.
I don't know how this stuff gets. I don't know how it's determined, and who speaks post match and whatnot. It is strange that a guy who didn't play in the game gets asked these questions, but I understand why he'd be getting asked these questions because of just the situation. But here's the thing. I understand. It's like asking somebody what their opinion is of their significant other when they just found out their significant other cheated on them or something.
Yeah.
Like everything is raw. They're in their own headspace. Putting a microphone and a camera on them and then hoping that remains civil. It's just not going to happen. So I understand what he's saying, and I don't think you can rule that stuff out as impossible. I think it is possible that he's being made into the scapegoat. I think it is possible that he is, being thrown under the bus and perhaps somebody doesn't want him there. And these are I mean, I can see why he would be thinking that. If you were trying to figure out a reason, I've put in these types of performances, year in, year out since I got here for now, what is it? 8 years? Not something like that? 8 years. Last season, he had like 30 goals and 23 assists, 34 goals and 23 assists, something like that. 23 assists.
Which that's like the 7th consecutive year he's put up. Double digits goals and assists. It's insane.
His biggest assist numbers prior to last year were 12 or 13, and he did 23 last year. Last year was, you could argue, his second best or his best season in red. So
I would say, I would agree.
I understand the frustration. If I'm Liverpool or Slot, I'm making sure that guy isn't speaking to anybody. I'm making sure that he's not being interviewed for anything. Not even. It's not like it's like putting money in front of a whole bunch of people and hoping they remain honest. You're creating an opportunity. Creating an opportunity for people to steal. It's not that people are shitty or people aren't shitty. It's just that you're making an opportunity that's too good to pass up. So when you are allowing this guy to be interviewed by all of these journalists who are just looking for headlines, when you put this bait out there in front of him, so Mo Salah being able to be interviewed because for whatever reason, I don't understand how that works, but if he's able to be interviewed, maybe you weren't aware how bothered he was by it, but man, I feel like it doesn't take very much to piece together what would happen if he was to be interviewed after his 3rd consecutive game being benched.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes that much imagination to imagine what would come out of that man's mouth. So I think it's poor management.
I don't think so, dude. I think he's playing the game. I think
he could be. He could be. I'm not
falling
saying
for it.
He's not. He could be. Maybe
his agent's a little. His agent's slightly infamous for some of that.
There's a lot of like Carragher and other people that are saying wow, it's a disgrace that he's doing and all this stuff, and it's kind of widening the divide here.
The media widening the divide. I mean, color me freaking surprised on that.
Right. So it's difficult to imagine this unless he gets put back into games and he hits the ground running immediately, which is he's only got one left. I don't know. It's just like asking somebody right immediately after a breakup like that. You got to wait for him to cool off. But now this cool off period, he has a chance to, if his agent's a bit dodgy like that and, maybe tries to force a move, who knows, man? I don't really know. But I don't. Who's in the wrong? Should Mohamed Salah have said those things? Maybe not to that detail. I don't think making your frustrations known is a bad thing going into that much detail, I don't think you're entitled to play. You're not, you know,
entitled to really. That's
you're not
no.
you're not a given on the score sheet, especially if the team is going through a rough patch of form. They're going to try and mix up with some things. Maybe you might not agree that you're the problem or like every other people are the problem, but the manager's all at the end of the day, the team's not getting results. He's going to start mixing some things up just to try and see if he can get some results. So I think the reaction is understandable, but should have been dialed back. But also, it shouldn't have been public in the first place.
This is some in-depth podcast, guys.
Thanks, Alex.
Oh, it's Date Mike.
Hey.
Better than prison, Mike. You would be the Bella double. Anyway, England to win it all. World Cup. Arnie Slot out. Mo Salah, come over to Newcastle. We'll treat you right.
You know, Alex.
You guys gonna let him
Date night
take
right
points?
now. He's read the news about Salah, and Alex is like popping champagne. Like he's like
steamed
Christmas.
up.
Christmas came like 16 days early. Like
I heard he
my
wants. I
God.
heard he wants a move. That's all I
And
heard.
so, and I'm actually glad that Alex is on now,
He didn't
because
have
this
to say
actually
the words.
reminds me of Isak a little bit, of Isak airing the, what us plebes are not allowed to hear about contracts, promises, right? Are these promises that are, number one, like, was this promise written down and signed off on? Was this something that someone said to you?
If
Also,
I remember correctly, Liverpool fans said none of that mattered. So I guess it didn't
And so
matter.
here's what I'm kind of rolling this into is that no one's really thrown him under the bus. Slot's not come out and said anything. Even me, I'm like, yeah, Salah's not been great, but he's not the reason we're playing bad. Like, I'm trying to figure out what he's referring to. Sometimes, look, he has been in England for 8 years. He is English second language. I've heard him in interviews a couple times, or I completely understand what he's saying, but his English is not like, I'm just still, I don't really know what he's referring to. Maybe someone internally has said, like, you're the reason we're losing. I find that incredibly hard to believe. Like, that just doesn't, like, hey, Mohammed, come into my office. Like, you are why we're losing. I'm benching you. Even from a Dutch guy. I can't see that being the conversation.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying he's lying, but I mean, just saying, like,
he's gonna look so good in Saudi green. It's gonna...
well, yeah, that's like Newcastle's second kit, right? Saudi green. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Newcastle, you guys score a corner this weekend
Yeah, straight from a corner. Olympico.
on purpose?
Yeah. Apparently he'd been practicing them. I mean, that's what you would say if you scored one of those. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, good for us. We look decent, so we'll probably lose to Sunderland. Big rivalry match this weekend. Yep. It's going to be at the Stadium of
Up
Shite,
the Black
so
Cats, mate.
Anyway, so we'll give Nate to have something to talk about next week. We'll probably lose. He'll just be gloating. He'll just have like a glow.
It'll be like
around
a
him.
1-1.
Lieutenant Dan over there will have like magically learned to walk again. Like, these guys are gonna just be like.
Look at him leaning on that crutch like some kind of old head, dude. Why are you
I know.
what are you doing?
I'm probably in the chocolate factory. We can walk. And get
Anyway, Date Mike's got to go. Just want to say hi.
Trash take.
Sunderland to beat Newcastle.
There you go. Hedging your emotions. Did you just give a spoiler that we're going to talk about the World Cup next Monday?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a full comprehensive breakdown. Steve's on one tonight, though. I feel like you should just let him cook.
Stevie went to his barber.
Steve, as usual.
Steve ain't had nothing to do because he can't walk. So
He's getting lined up every day.
Steve's been freaking brown bagging it during the day, dude. You just know he's just like Steve's brown bagging it, rolling that right into the pod.
got nothing else to do. I got spare time.
Right,
bro.
All right, you guys enjoy.
Bye.
Yeah, whatever. See you, man.
Bye.
Yeah, have a great night, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Steve, you want to talk